had a chance there to start off big. They got to come back to him as this game goes on.
Little flip. Aaron Jones gets his first touch out the edge on a big run for Jones. Out near a first down. Second down. Rodgers, quick throw again. Jones is wide open in the flat. First down and more. Aaron Jones upended inside the 35.
So far early in this season, they've been struggling.
Jones, good hole. Aaron Jones has a first down and still going. Jones with a stiff arm and run into Minnesota.
As they figure out their wide receiver position.
Just saw Cameron Dantzler's back in a corner. Had some cramps, but he's fine. As Green Bay will stay with the run, Aaron Jones. And they're starting to get some traction with the run game. They're averaging nearly...
Got to find a way to get some positive chunk plays.
Swinging out to Jones. 3 Vikings right there, and Aaron Jones picks up 5 up to the 30.
3rd and 10. 5 in the pattern for Rodgers. Good pressure. He escapes and lofts it. What a catch by Jones. You see Lazard, who went out a couple of plays ago, back in. 2nd and 11. Just pitch it to the edge to Aaron Jones. Inside the 5 and in the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Not and take care of this crackback block, and it was a good one. Then out in front was the...
His nickname is Quadzilla. Says it all. Those quads, massive. From the 9, it's Aaron Jones coming around the edge to the end zone. Jones with in this magnificent venue. Packers on a roll here from the 33. It's number 33, Aaron Jones, having a half. Jones for 14 yards. They face 2nd and 9 out of the 2-minute warning. And Rodgers gets to Jones, a flag down, as Aaron Jones again continues his really good running. Run 21, and another one. Jones into the secondary. Aaron Jones having a night. Even the officials can't keep up with him.
Game over, and what a game Aaron Jones is having. I don't think he liked the idea of not getting any touches last week.
After Buffalo, he's on his 3rd team in the last 3 years. Good veteran role here. Aaron Jones continues his terrific night.
He just allows everybody to take a deep breath with his presence.
Quick throw, Rodgers getting it out there to Jones, makes the grab, gets a block.
Coach talked to you a little bit about it, how they not on a snap count per se.
Here's the run by Jones, Aaron Jones. That came on a 3rd and 10, and now on first down. It's Jones. It wasn't much of a seam there, but he found it. Here it is, 4th and a foot. Toss it, Jones. The room is there, and off he goes with a little.
On 2nd down, quick swing. It's Jones with blockers. Jones with a first down. Rodgers, inside throw to Aaron Jones, spins his way in for the touchdown.
Watch, he's going to come up here, slow down the defender, occupy him, now spin inside, get an open throwing lane for your quarterback, and now get into the end zone. I mean, that is a lot harder to do.
So that's 3 first downs via penalty on this drive for Green Bay, which needs to make up 2 scores. Nothing open for Rodgers. Rolling, throwing, end zone. What a catch! Did he hold it in? What a play by Aaron Jones! Weiser catch for a score.
And this is another ad lib right there. You can see Cam Curl jumps the out, and that allows Aaron Jones to get behind him. And a great throw on the move by Aaron Rodgers.
9 plays, 8 runs on this drive for Green Bay. Here's the 9th run. It's Jones again with a nice opening. Inside the 20 into the 17-yard line. Watching all over the country and in Wisconsin. And for Rodgers, it just hasn't been like this in quite some time. Jones, big run up the middle. Aaron Jones through the secondary and all the way out to the 45-yard line.
Pitch to Jones, has a seam. Aaron Jones with a big run. First down, and then some. He's into Dallas territory. Jones, left side, big hole, sprinting to the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jones spins out of trouble. Oh, Aaron Jones, look at this. Inside the 25. What a run from Aaron Jones.
It's definitely out. What a great run. I mean, talk about making something out of nothing. Let's watch here at the end. See who recovers it from Green Bay. I think Jones was able to
How did he get that
recover
back?
his own.
So that big smile. He's so happy to have Cobb back.
Yeah.
Made that point effusively yesterday. A little flip back here to Jones, and Aaron Jones is into Titans territory. Jones comes around. Jones takes the flip. Jones gets in.
Second 11, Rodgers swings it out. Aaron Jones, 3 offensive linemen. Great play design there. Eagles wanted to hold. Jones going all the way. Get a first down at the 3. Rodgers climbs, escapes, fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Aaron Jones.
You're going to see Aaron Jones come down here, adjust, make another adjustment right in the middle of the field as Aaron Rodgers keeps the play alive. And it is a rare.
Second down and 4. Underneath it's Jones blocking out in front of him. Rumbling out across the 40. He had completed 7 straight prior to that. Second down and goal. Here is Jones out on the edge. Touchdown.
When Aaron Jones goes in motion and he gets this swing pass, he helps the block. He stays like he's going to go to the outside.
Away drive by the Green Bay Packers after they've let the Rams hang around. Turned it over last time they had it. Pitch to Jones. 2nd and 9, first down plus. From the 39, a toss to Aaron Jones. Jones with room. Aaron Jones with a...
That's huge, isn't it, Tony? As the Packers toss it. Aaron Jones gallops.
Sometimes they go away, or do they get better?
Here's the 3rd and 1, and Jones taken off into the secondary.
And Mercedes Lewis, 1 guy, 2 guy. And then there's a huge hole coming in at the end.
31 inside Jones. Good spin, Aaron Jones. Across the 40 and trying to break to the secondary. Kirby Joseph, the rookie, holds on to him.